Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and you guys knew this video was coming, but I had to cover it. SM2 is now dead. Now, if you don't know what SM2 is, I'll be covering that here in a minute, but first, let's read straight from the official SM2 Discord. Today, a team member received a cease and desist letter on behalf of Activision Publishing in relation to the SM2 project. We are complying with this order and shutting down all operations permanently. Thank you for your support over the past 2 years. This is absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, SM2 was meant to be a completely free, unmonetized, fan-made, by fans, for fans, best of Call of Duty game. Picture something like COD Online back in the day, but available to everyone and not just people over in China. It was going to have hundreds of weapons from across every Call of Duty game, with dozens and dozens and dozens of maps and game modes and everything else from all Call of Duty games all thrown together into one free title for fans to play. That was the entire premise. Initially, it was said that SM2 was actually going to be safe from copyright issues because of the way that they reverse engineered weapons from each Call of Duty title, and with the game being completely free, I mean, the devs were not making a cent from this. We all kind of thought maybe there would be no issue until now, because the project is being shut down permanently. Activision has decided to no longer allow further development of SM2. They are completely shutting the project down, and as a reminder, this isn't some like game studio working on SM2, right? Like, SM2 was literally being made by actual fans at their home through like Discord and shit, pretty much, right? These are people who are either tired of the current Call of Duty product, maybe they're people that quit Call of Duty years ago, that might be people that love the older games, or people who are just interested and fascinated with the prospect of a proper best of COD releasing, because we've never had that. They re-release the same maps and they carry over guns now and then, but we've never had a proper best of Call of Duty title. Take some of the best maps from the first Modern Warfare 2, take some of the best maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, take the most iconic guns from COD 4 and Call of Duty Ghost and Black Ops 3, and just kind of throw them all together into one giant game. There was no profit incentive here. They knew getting into this, the developers that is, they knew getting into this that there would be absolutely no way to profit from this, as Activision would have to shut that down from the very beginning. The sole motivation for the SM2 developers was to be a part of something bigger than themselves and have some fun creating something incredible and to deliver what could potentially be the best Call of Duty game ever made. But unfortunately, now that's not going to happen. And what's worse is this opens up the discussion for what might happen to other projects out there that you may have heard of, like IW4X, Plutonium, the H1 or H2 I think it's called now. Regardless, all these different Call of Duty clients, right? I think Plutonium's actually planning to release a Black Ops 3 version here soon, or maybe they already have, I'm not even sure. We have all these other Call of Duty projects and clients, and they've been going on for years, and there's never been an issue. They're essentially just these faithful remasters of older games that have no cheaters, which is the entire reason why people are playing them in the first place. There's nothing different about these projects. It's just that they don't have hackers or cheaters. Classic games like original Modern Warfare 2 or the original Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2, they are all just forgotten by the Call of Duty developers. These games are and have been hacked to shit for years and years, and honestly, it's a straight up security risk to you to play those older games. But Activision never wants to talk about that. They'll still sell you games like Black Ops 2 on Steam for $50 with full price DLC, but not tell you that playing that game's multiplayer is a great way to just show your IP address to anyone there, because as long as you're in the same lobby with them, they can get your IP, they can pull your information. Hell, they can even reset all your progress in the game just by knowing your gamer tag. That happened to me a while back. You guys may remember a video on that. I had not played Black Ops 2 in years, and I go to sign in one day for some video, I forget what it was, and I was completely reset. I was back to non-prestige level 1 with nothing unlocked, and previously I was prestige master with almost everything unlocked. It was all gone, and that had happened to every single notable content creator out there, and even just people playing the game, because in Black Ops 2 it is so hacked to shit that people can not only pull your IP, but they can also just change your stats on a whim. The next time I signed into Black Ops 2 after telling people that, like, oh yeah, my account got hacked and whatever, I signed back in, I'm back to prestige master level 55 with every single camo, every single calling card, every single everything. A different hacker decided to give me everything in the game after the previous hacker took all the stuff from me in the game. It's ridiculous, right? That's why people can't go back to those older titles. It is actually a risk, and no one's talking about that. Activision doesn't care about that. Who cares if you get hacked? Who cares if people pull your IP and figure out your information? That doesn't matter. Buy our $50 old games that we don't even support. It's actually just ridiculous. So with that all being said, what are fans left to do? They could pull an Activision, and we could all just pretend that these classic franchise-defining games don't exist, or some people out there decide that they want to do what they could to save the games themselves. That's exactly what projects like Plutonium and IW4X do. They provide a safe and free client for fans to play the older games that they love so much without any issues, and seemingly Activision doesn't mind, and they shouldn't. It's a good thing that these clients are still up and running. But then a fan-made game like SM2 starts being developed, and again, Activision never seemed to mind about this. This project has been going on for 2 years, and that's the worst part, right? They could have just shut this down right away, say, no, we don't want you to do this. But no, they were completely silent. They never once mentioned it or anything like that. And now these developers, these people, these COD fans who have been working on SM2 at home for the last 2 years, putting in all that work, all those long nights, burning the midnight oil, trying to get this thing perfect, all the iterations they had to go through. And then after they go through 2 years of development, these SM2 devs put in more work than I guarantee anyone put in on Modern Warfare 2. Activision then swoops in and says, hey, stop it, or we'll sue the pants off you and ruin the lives of you and everyone you've ever met. Because what else are the little guys supposed to do here? The little guy can't compete with a multi-billion-dollar company like Activision Blizzard. Of course they're going to stop. Nobody's blaming them here. They should stop. I mean, don't risk anything for this. I mean, like, this is your life you're talking about here, right? So the blame rightly lies on Activision's shoulders. They are a scummy company that is hiding under the guise of protecting their intellectual property, when in reality, their intellectual property is completely fine. This is a fan-made PC game that was never going to profit a cent. In fact, they're paying tons of money and tons of time to actually be able to put this thing together solely for the passion of enjoying the COD franchise. If anything, this is going to make people more excited to go back and play those older CODs. And recently, they ended up switching, I believe, the engine they were developing SM2 on. Initially, SM2 required you, if you wanted to play the game, you had to buy Modern Warfare 2 2009 on Steam. So if anything, Activision was set to profit from this game. I'm not sure if that switched when they switched over to the H2 engine. I'm not entirely sure how that worked or anything like that, but initially, Activision was straight up going to profit off of SM2. The actual developers were not going to make a cent. In the game itself, because it's going to be on PC, because it's a fan server and things like that, it was never even going to scratch the surface of the player count of the actual premium COD titles that Activision shits out every single year. This was a win-win for everybody involved. But, of course, the Activision bootlickers are going to tell you, oh, they have to protect their intellectual IP. It's just what they have to do. They're not protecting it when it comes to other projects. They don't give a shit. They like that. They're not protecting their IP when it comes to all the random nonsense that people are making with Black Ops 3 mod tools. And why would they? Because that's what it's there. It's a mod tool. It's there to put content into the game by fans, for them to enjoy, right? They're going to try to police it a little bit. They're going to try to moderate it a little bit. But in general, the entire idea of World at War and Black Ops 3 mod tools is so fans can make their own content with the franchise that they love so much. But when fans go and make something like SM2, suddenly that's a problem. It's all completely arbitrary. There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's completely unjustifiable, at least in my eyes. I'm going to have a really hard time entertaining any differing opinions about that because it really doesn't make any sense to me. SM2 was going to be a proper by fans, for fans project that has now been bullied out of existence thanks to corporate greed, the exact same corporate greed that has been turning long-term Call of Duty fans away from the franchise year after year after year. To all the SM2 developers out there and to all the players who have been here with me while I've been covering the progress of this game over the last couple of years, I'm truly sorry for what's happened here. There has been talk that maybe if Microsoft takes over Activision, then they'll be the good guys and let SM2 be worked on again. But honestly, that seems like quite the stretch. I guess we'll have to wait and see how things are going to play out long term in terms of that. But they said right there from the SM2 development team that they're permanently shutting down operations of this. Maybe they'll pick it up in the future again if they ever get the okay. But I highly doubt that is going to happen. Right now, it looks like SM2 is gone for good. And I feel for all the people out there who work so hard on this project. You guys deserve better, plain and simple. And I don't know, there's no like happy way to wrap up this video, so I'm just gonna say thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.